Welcome to Veranda IAS. This is the first session of Indian Economy Foundation. So here we are going to see the basics of economy in all dimensions and all sectors, and how to study economy for prelims and mains, and how we are going to apply economy in the interview stage as well. So let's get into the detail. First, if you take economy is not a new discipline for you guys. You know why? Because generally when we are born with economy, live with economy and die with the economy. So what is that? When you're born, which hospital you're born is determined by the economy. You know, like how much money we spend, we go to such kind of hospital. And we die, you know, when we are dying, again the cremation practices, or which place we are buried, and where our statue is kept. Even in case if you see some political leader statues are kept after they are dead. So if you see, the burial practices and death is also determined by economy, isn't it? So economy is always an integral part of a life, but we are not sensing it as a different entity. So after listening to this session, you will be able to understand what kind of differences that economy is making to one's individual life, and how we can improve our economy, and how this subject is helping us in applying it in prelims, mains and interview as such. So let's get into the subject right now. In this session in particular, we will be summarizing the importance of economy in UPSC. So first let's get into that introduction part. There is one famous quote that inspired me a lot, and you know, this is very, very important in entire UPSC preparation as well. You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. You know, every game has some rules and certain procedures. Once you learn it very well, you become the master of it. Same applies to UPSC as well. There are a lot of rules in UPSC. Many people suddenly jumps into the preparation without knowing what they need to do, what they need to focus their energy upon. So because of this, they take longer time in finishing their preparation. I hope this session helps you in knowing the rules better and play it very well. All the best, guys, do it very well. So let's get into the economy. Economy is a system of making money and producing and distributing goods and services within a country or a region. Okay. So economy is like, you know, it's a system that helps us in producing money and distributing the goods and services from one part to the another, and helps us in making the economy run, that is the society run. Okay. So for an example, if you take one part, agriculture is producing certain goods, industries are using such the agricultural goods in manufacturing different products, and to support industries we are having services sector. So there are different sectors. What these all sectors do? They make money and they produce and distribute the goods and services, so that the entire economy runs as a system and uplift the life of the people, isn't it? So that is what is economy is about. So now, how much is economy is important? Generally, if you see, economy is very, very important. Around 15 to 20% of the question is from economy. Okay, 15-20% of the questions is from economy. And in mains, if you take, it is around 130 to 150 marks. It comes directly in GS paper 3. This point is very, very important to note. That is, again, please listen to my words very carefully. You get 130 to 150 marks directly in GS paper 3. That is, you have 4 papers, isn't it? That is GS paper 1. In mains, how many papers, general studies papers you have? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here in economy, you get around 150 marks directly. And again, if you take in paper 2, that is polity and governance. Here, even economy plays an important role. How? You will be studying here in governance, like how the governance can be enhanced, how the financial distribution is between the center, state and panchayati raj, and how the governance can be increased by funding many projects, and where the funds are lagging, how the governance need to be increased in the parts of economy. So all these things, if you see, again economy plays a major part there. So on average distribution, you can say here contributes around 50 marks. Okay, 50 marks is not direct, I am writing it here. It is, you know, it is distributed all through the question paper I am speaking about. Again in GS paper 1, you have various papers like, you know, history, geography and society. The whatever concepts that you are learning in economy, again you will be able to apply in the history, society and geography as well. Okay, and in paper 4 ethics, here for analyzing the case studies and also for the governance part of ethics. where you will be speaking about probability, okay, and even in case studies you will be speaking about how the financial resources is very, very important for providing, protecting the vulnerable section. So in all these areas you will be having the economy. Okay, so on average you can say it will be contributing around 200 marks to 250 marks. Okay, and one more thing that I need to say here is, more than this, every year, okay, there will be an essay related to economy in the question paper. For an example, you can take like how globalization has impacted the world systems, okay, of economy, or how the economic system is very important in alleviating poverty, education or health. So directly or indirectly this economic portion will help you in enhancing your knowledge and also your perspective, so that you can apply in various papers and essay paper as well. Okay, so in the third stage, which is very, very important stage, in interview, again here you will be getting lot of questions from economy. For instance, I think last year one of my friend who went for an interview, there was a question asked to him about stagflation. Okay, it is a basic economic concept which is asked in the interview. Okay, whenever we think of interview, we think that they ask a lot of application oriented question. It's not that. Even they ask very simple question, because in interview they are not testing your knowledge, they are testing your presence of mind and how you are able to handle that situation very pleasantly. Okay, so this is about the interview. So here also again economic plays a major role. So what you guys need to do in the economic foundation is listen to it very carefully with open-minded. Whatever you study in economy, kindly please try to apply those concepts in the real world. Whenever you see something related to the subject that what you are studying, so that it will be always there in your mind. One advantage, and you guys are so blessed to come to the UPSC preparation, because you can see the world in different layers which the other people cannot see. For an example, when we look at a pen or pencil, it's not just what it is made of. We will see from which sector it is manufactured and how much cost it is been put on this, and this pen is at this place because of how much investment. So you can think in multiple dimensions when you learn in UPSC, isn't it? So economy will give you such a very good perspective in your understanding of the life and also in preparing for the UPSC. Then now, how to crack the economics? So strategy to crack economics. First thing, as I said earlier, know the rules well. So first you need to know your syllabus very well. Okay, so what is the syllabus for prelims and mains? Here in the foundation session, you will be introduced to prelim syllabus and main syllabus as well. Okay, and next you need to identify the right source. In the market, if you go, you will get even thousands and 10,000 sources how to prepare economy. But here you need to be very cautious and very smart enough to identify what is the right source for preparing economy. That also we will be saying you in the foundation. Okay. Next is what to study. Generally we get 1,000 books. If you see a person, he studies everything whatever is given in the book. But there is some smart way, that is you need to understand what to study in that particular book. What is the previous year question is asked. Okay. So from which area I need to focus upon. You need to identify those areas, and based on the previous year question paper analysis, you will be able to understand what to study. Okay. So once you crack all these 4 steps to your success, you can easily crack the prelims, mains and interview. Okay. So how to utilize a previous year question? This is very, very important, guys. Previous year question is like, it is like Bible to the students whoever is preparing for UPSC. Okay. First, what you need to do is, even though you might think, how can I see the question because the classes are not yet started for me, or like how can I analyze the question, what I'm going to understand from the question, you might be having a lot of questions in your mind before touching the previous year question paper. But what I would suggest you is, kindly please take the previous year question. No need to see anything else. Just turn the pages and see how the questions are asked, what is the format it is asked, what kind of information they are expecting from you. Just have a glance every day until you become thorough of what is asked in the UPSC examination. Okay. So once you understand the basics and how the questions are asked in UPSC, you will be able to crack the exam very easily in the first go. Okay. Because of many people study for long years without understanding how the previous year questions are asked, it will not result in any good fruit. But if you avoid, to avoid all those stressful periods, if you put your effort in analyzing the previous year question paper, it will reap you a lot of benefits. In case of economy, what I am expecting you guys to do is, every day whenever a topic is done, please take the previous year question papers and analyze how the questions are asked from this topic in the previous years. So your preparation can be oriented towards that direction and you can reap marks. And moreover, whenever a teacher is teaching you something and you are thinking in a perspective of like how this question will be asked in the exam and how I need to answer it, when you keep on thinking it like this and your thought process is set for the examination, you score very good marks in the exam. Okay, so moreover, and one more important question that we need to address here is from which year to focus upon. Okay, as you guys are starting your preparation now, you can focus from 2011 paper. Okay, before 2011 the trend of the UPSC questions are little different, so after 2011 the trend is little bit different. So you guys can right now focus from 2011. Once you guys are thorough with 2011 to 2020 paper, then you guys can go for the other year question papers. So how to utilize this effectively? Previous year paper, what you guys can do is, as I said earlier, right now in the initial period, you guys can just turn the pages and see how the questions are asked. And whenever one topic is completed, you guys can go to the previous year paper and see how the questions are asked from that. And one more thing you guys need to do is, whenever you wake up in the morning, just see the previous year paper and get your mind tuned to the question paper of the prelims. So what happens, whatever you study is put under such a kind of a framework and your study will reap you benefits. Okay, it's not just you're working hard, but the outcome is also ensured. Okay, so what is output and outcome? Here again it comes the economy, output. Okay, for an example, here you are keeping a target to study for 8 hours in a day. Okay, so if you are just studying for 8 hours in a day, it is output. Okay, here in this process we just don't want output, we want outcome, that is we want to get the service. So what you need to do, in this 8 hours you need to utilize it effectively so that outcome is ensured. For that, this previous year paper are very important, okay, which we should not neglect, and it is most important part in the preparation. So next important question that always we have in mind is how to utilize the current affairs in economics preparation. Why current affairs and economics are so much interlinked and why it is important? If you see economics as a dimension, I said we we are born with economy, live with economy and die with economy, isn't it? So here, if you see, economy keeps on upgrading. Every day new schemes are given by the government for the development of the people, and at the same time many new developments are coming. For an example, during COVID, many schemes are changed, regulations are changed. So economy keeps on evolving. Okay, so you need to keep yourself updated with the current affairs, what is happening. How to analyze for each topic? Once I introduced you to the syllabus of the economy, what you need to do is, whenever a relevant news is coming in the newspaper, you just need to note it down below the syllabus. Okay, what all the updates are coming and how it can be utilized in prelims and mains as well. Once a main syllabus is introduced to you, you will be seeing there lot of subtopics will be there. Under the each subtopic, kindly please upgrade the topic content, like what has happened yesterday, what has happened today. In health sector, new scheme has been introduced. So what is that scheme? Write down the name over there. So when you're revising at the end, it will be helping you so much. So you can consolidate all your information at one place. Okay, so current affairs is very important for economics, and here in this we will be covering current affairs as well in the session, how much ever it is possible, and remaining current affairs will be taken care in the every week for you. Okay, so we have come to the first session end. So here we have seen how economics is very important in the preparation. Thank you guys. Meet you in the next session.